Hello friends, Clayton Phillips here from Woody's RV World in Leduc, Alberta, Canada. And I'm going to shoot a fly-through video on the all-new 385GK by Grand Design, the Solitude. This replaces the 384GK. And I got to be honest with you folks, I was a bit skeptical with some of the changes they made just from the looking at the paper, the aerial floor plan shot of this, folks. But I got to tell you, as compared to the 384, but I am just so excited and just blown away by the changes that they've made to the 385. They are immense, and I think they did a fantastic job updating the 384 to the 385. So we're going to jump into a lot of detail here. The structure, the way it's built, the foundation, a lot of the things that Grand Design does. And so let's get started. So Grand Design structure, true to form, the foundation, how they manufacture product, they build it to stand the test of time. And there are a lot of things that go into a trailer other than just how it looks. There's a lot of the behind the scenes things that Grand Design does that some manufacturers just don't do, or that Grand Design takes to the next level. And it's the things that you don't see that you don't necessarily get appreciation for unless somebody tells you. So we're going to jump into it. The front cap on Grand Design plays an integral role in the structure of the trailer being built square. They're called structure caps, and they're engineered and designed with lots of ridges and bends. It has the air dam across the bottom, which is this feature right here, that little air dam across the bottom. These things really add structural rigidity to the front cap. And that really, when that cap goes on, it helps create a square, the trailer to be built square from the sidewalls to the roof to the floor of the upper deck. Grand Design, part of the taking it to the next level though, they add a full aluminum steel cage in behind the front cap. And that's where a lot of manufacturers stop. The cage, the steel aluminum cage that they put in ties the walls, outer walls together, the roof to the floor. So in conjunction with the front cap, with that steel cage, creates for a very, very well-made trailer. It's going to stand the test of time. You're going to have a lot less deflection or movement in the front cap when you go down those bumpy roads, or to get into the the tougher camp spots that sometimes we like to take our trailers, or those super long rides. You're packing it full of your gear, a lot of weight up front. If you add a generator, washer, dryer, those types of things, you want to have a solid trailer to be able to take the weight as well. Another thing up here on the front cap, you've got LED docking lights. You've got the LED strip light. It's a fully painted front cap, so you don't have to necessarily worry about the cloudiness and discoloration coming down the front cap that you do with other manufacturers. They use an automotive paint on the front cap, which really enhances the look and the long-term aesthetics of the front cap. So Rotoflex pin box, they upgrade on the regular Solitude. It has a rubber bushing right here that really helps reduce the amount of chucking that you can get if you've ever pulled a fifth wheel before. When you put the brakes on, you get that clunking sound sometimes. That really helps reduce that and helps create a smooth ride. We option in the gen prep on the fifth wheel as well, so that comes with this steel shroud that you see right here, has all of the wiring and whatnot. And so on the Solitude, what we would put in is a propane 5500 watt Onan generator, which would tie into your propane system on the trailer. We're going to jump underneath the trailer, and I'm just going to show you the fully enclosed underbelly. The underbelly on the Solitude is rated at an R45, and that's a lot of the things you can't see. It as a double batt insulation, astrofoil insulation, giving you an R45 industry leading. But there's a couple things I want to just zoom in on here. There's the rail tight system, so that's that aluminum track that they put around the base of where that coroplast is, or that material that they use to enclose the underbelly. You can see that LED ground lighting on the entry side of your trailer. It goes down the whole length, creates a really nice mood on the outside of the trailer. But where a lot of manufacturers, again, going the next step, that's the rail tight aluminum rail that they put on there. A lot of manufacturers just stop at the screw and the washer. So what happens is you get little gaps where the heat can escape in the underbelly and that sort of thing. Grand Design is thinking of those things and really giving you that industry leading R value, and thinking about keeping that heat in the basement of the trailer as well. So we're gonna come back over here. We didn't turn it on, but I just want to show you. I'm moving fast because there's a lot to talk about. Blue LED lighting as opposed to a big scare light on the entry side of your trailer that typically goes right in your neighbor's bedroom window. This really can help illuminate the off-door side of your trailer at night. If you need to access the utilities of the trailer, you're not going to bonk your head. It'll help light it up without bothering your neighbor. You get the control module for your 6-point hydraulic leveling system. On this, it's the auto level, levels out the trailer, has the auto return feature on it as well. And that will, level out your trailer, and it will remember actually the last spot that you unhooked from as well. The 385GK, the 384GK had a monster storage compartment. The 385 is even just a little bit bigger. And this has a drop frame chassis. This is the Lippert Z-rated chassis. So if you see this steel frame rail right here, that's the drop frame portion. That gives you that seamless flat floor from one side to the other. And remember folks, the Solitude is 8.5 feet wide. Truly 8.5 feet wide. Some manufacturers, we laugh sometimes, will bring in the brochure, they call it a wide body trailer, but what they do is they take the 8 feet and then add 4 inches for the awning. Grand Design doesn't do that. They give you the 8.5 feet. So on a 40-foot trailer, when you're adding an extra 6 inches to the width of the trailer, you just get that much more square footage, which is super cool. Again, this is where Grand Design shines, folks. All the aluminum tubing up in the upper deck of their storage. You want to look at the fit and finish of a trailer, look in the underbelly. That'll tell a lot of stories. So all fully welded together. They put more aluminum tubing in. It's thicker, it's taller. It's a heated compartment as well. The strapping that they use to hold up the heat duct is all welded on. So that's heated off your 35,000 BTU furnace as well. So monster storage compartments. Again, true to form, Nautilus P1 utility system, operates all the water inside the trailer. Dry camping, city water, you can backfill your fresh water tank out of a bucket of water, winterize your trailer. This is the bypass for your hot water heater, no pulling off a false panel anymore to access the disconnect switches. I'm talking fast. Anyway, whole house water filtration system. Does like 6,000 gallons of water. You've got all of the gate valves to dump your tanks. There's the filter cartridge. Just better fittings, PEX plumbing, heated compartment. So water pump switch out of here. So they're doing all the right things, black tank flush, that sort of stuff. So zipping down the side here, we're gonna go quick. On the Solitude, the regular Solitude, they go to, without full body paint, they go to a Lamelux 4000 exterior wall. And how you tell the difference is when you get up nice and close to the sidewall, they use a Lamelux 4000, which is a gel coat. It's kind of like the same gel coat you get on a boat hull. When you look at it, you can't see any of the fibers of the fiberglass. You see this in a lot of high-end fifth wheels. Some manufacturers, they take that off to save cost. What's nice about this is it's going to hold the color a lot longer, less chance of discoloration, those types of things. So we're going to zip here underneath, show you the bottom sides. They're slide outs, super clean, super smooth, no Darko fabric, which wears out over time with the friction of the slide going in and out. There's your big T-handle gate valve to drain your fresh water tank. 106 gallons fresh water capacity with this trailer. Actually, sorry, let me back up. That's your gray capacity, 93 gallon fresh water capacity. And then your black tank is like 53 gallons, which is fantastic. So taller I-beam rails than most manufacturers, and they do a wide stance chassis. So with the Solitude being 8.5 feet wide, you actually can get up to 5 inches wider than most manufacturers' I-beam rails. And what that gives Grand Design the ability to do is insulate between the frame rail and the holding tank. On a lot of the narrow body fifth wheels, the narrower stance I-beam rails that a lot of manufacturers use, they don't insulate between your tank and your frame rail, so there's more chance of, freezing, those types of things. So again, we're going to zip back here. I'm kind of bouncing all over. You have a 3,000-pound hitch with flat 4 wiring, so depending on where you're at and the overall length of what you want to pull behind, you actually can pull a little quad trailer behind or a fishing boat or what have you. Up top here, you do have the pre-wire for the rear vision camera. We recommend the observation system, which has enhanced stability mode, It's really good for traveling down the road if you do have bicycles in the bike rack or in the receiver if you're pulling a quad trailer behind, you know, that type of stuff. Grand Design also adds ladders to every single product that they build so that you can access the roof, sweep off the tops of the slide outs, service vent lids, do some retouch-ups on sealant, that type of thing. Grand Design, with their structure, they actually fully laminate every wall panel on the slide out. Every vertical wall on the trailer is fully laminated. They're the first manufacturer to offer that 3-year structural warranty to help support that structure. Again, they laminate the roof of the slide just like the slide end walls and outside walls. So you can actually stand on the tops of their slide outs, which is fantastic. So just talks about the structure that they have. There's that LED ground lighting. Again, the bottom side of the slide outs, those types of things. They use a Dexter towing system, so Dexter axles, Dexter brakes, Dexter Easy Lube hubs, so all North American made, very well put together, and you know, easy to get parts, those types of things. You've got the Ram Assist step here. I like this, I kind of equate it to a laptop lid, so that step sticks straight out like this. Much easier if you're a shorter person, not as strong. You don't necessarily, you know, don't want to have that full weight of that solid step bearing down on you. This is much easier to flip in and out. On the Solitude, they do give you the dual awnings on the outside wall of the slide, which is nice. So when that slide out or that awning comes out, you have the full camp space underneath that awning. You don't have a slide or an awning going above your slide and taking up camp space when that awning is out. And then you have the awning door forward. So again, this is a 385GK. It's the revised from the 384 to the 385, and these guys have done just such an amazing job in the update of this particular floor plan. So again, monster storage compartment, dual swing barn style doors. One of the things they updated for this year as an additional feature, you get the central vac inside as well as you get the pre-wire for the Furion LIT portable speaker. So that's the charging station for it. So if, let's say, you're at a campsite and the campfire is a little farther away from where you want to play some, you know, music, and you don't necessarily want to blast your outside speakers to bother your neighbors, that sort of thing, you can actually connect Bluetooth style to that speaker and bring it out to the campfire with you. So we're just going to zip back, show you the 385GK. Again, you're just over 40 feet with this particular trailer. I didn't show you the weight stamp on the outside, which I will do. So right here, dry weight of this particular trailer is 13,856 pounds. GVWR is 16.8, which gives you, where is it? 2,884 pounds cargo carrying capacity. So really good cargo carrying capacity on this all new Solitude by Grand Design. You can come check us out at Woody's RV World in Leduc, Alberta, Canada, your #1 Grand Design dealer in Alberta. We love the product. We're going exclusive, and these guys do just such a phenomenal job. The shot and talk about a bunch of stuff inside. So here's your kitchen area, 18 cubic foot gas electric refrigerator. It's the largest gas electric refrigerator on the market today, and Grand Design uses that exclusively on their Solitude products. They've really done a lot of neat things with their kitchen area, not to mention the counter space that you get, but you get dual garbage cans, one recycling, one garbage. You get the new style standalone range, very residential feature with the new Solitude, as well as the oven here. But tons and tons of storage here as we look around inside this trailer. I really like the finishing that they've done on the fronts of these drawers. They pull out all the way, you know, covered up with the baggage door, but you got a real nice big pots and pans drawer down here. So some really nice touches and finishing details in this particular trailer. Convection microwave, Furion style, all stainless steel to match the refrigerator. They've gone to, in the Solitude, the new, way bigger electric fireplace. That fireplace is rated for 5,000 BTUs, and it's got a really nice, almost like a high definition look to it, and a wide angle style. You've also got the, you can power down your LED television, and to give you that extra window, but we'll just zip it up here. As I'm zipping this up, I'm just gonna pan around. So one of the things that really separates Solitude from a lot of other manufacturers out there is their height. Not just the height of the main living area, but the height of their slide box. This is where they really win, folks. And what's really nice, because it's a wide body trailer, extra 6 inches on the width, they have some really unique storage ideas where you can place things, the pantry, where you do the washer dryer, especially in this model. But what's neat about this trailer is that on the entry side of your trailer, DNA item, they try to build as many of their trailers with lots of windows on the entry side of your trailer as possible so that you're looking in your camp space. But what's nice is you can literally stand up in the kitchen area. You know, you're working away here in the kitchen, you can stand up and you can look straight out the window. You're not having to duck down. Now in this particular model, they did add in the extra storage above the theater seating, which gives you a little bit of extra space. But in some of their floor plans, they actually do a great big window there and eliminate the storage. So it just depends on the floor plan what you get. But in this model, they give you the really nice storage as well. So upgraded Thomas Paine theater seating for this year. It has the lighting in it. Electric open and close. They've gone to some new edging and stitching around the outside. This is the Java interior, folks. They do offer a linen, which is a much lighter material. Please note that when you do option in the linen interior, nothing else changes except the color of the theater seating and the trifold couch. So everything that you see here, from cabinetry to wall paneling to cabinet or countertops to flooring, it all stays the same. So there's a great big shot of your LED television that power lifts electrically up out of the cabinet. What's nice about that is, you know, if you're worried about maybe some theft or somebody breaking into your trailer, depending on where you store it or where you're camping, you know, if they're peering through windows, that sort of thing, you can actually have this TV tucked out of the way. It hides it quite nicely. So again, real nice wide couch here at the back. You can lay down. It's nice and long because of that extra wide body design. You do get the nightstands on either side. Lots of USB connections throughout this trailer, you know, on either side of your couch. So right over there in the corner, zoom in on that. So again, Grand Design's done just such a phenomenal job. Talk about the DNA items of this trailer. You've got no heat ducts in the floor. What that does is it creates a stronger floor. You don't have a track cut into your floor, which can develop soft spots over time. It's a much quieter furnace when it's running, because that plenum that some manufacturers use when the furnace is running, it kind of creates that harmonious hum throughout the trailer. So if it's cooler out, you're watching a movie when it's raining, that sort of thing, you got the furnace running. In this particular trailer, it's going to be a little quieter than most, which is real nice. And without having heat ducts on the floor, you don't have to worry about dirt and debris, dog food, dog hair going down into those ducts, especially when you're sweeping up inside the trailer. They've got some real nice on this island, some really indirect lighting here up underneath the countertop, which really adds a sharp look, especially for at night if you're watching a movie and, you know, just hanging out inside the trailer. I love this particular setup. It does come prepped, pre-prepped for a dishwasher, and that would go right on the end of the island here. It's a Furion dishwasher. We can get it right from Grand Design and we can install it. All the plumbing's back there. Or what I call epic boot storage. That's where a lot of, you know, trailers and floor plans, they don't necessarily give you a lot of spots for, you know, to tuck your shoes out of the way, and Grand Design's really thinking that way. So for most people, this becomes a shoe cabinet. The stairs in all the Grand Design Solitudes have gone to a little cubby here underneath the lower step to be able to tuck shoes out of the way. And then the step plate here has gone to more of a weathered look. So, you know, you're walking with your shoes. If you do happen to beat this up a little bit just from walking on it with your shoes, it's not going to, you know, stand out like it does the other ones. But here's the central vac port right there underneath that second step. We're going to jump back here. A couple things that really makes it nice for the GK, 385GK, is what they've done is they've moved the washer dryer prep down to the main floor. So if you don't need a washer dryer, you get an unbelievable closet for hanging jackets and that type of thing. Or you can do a combo unit washer dryer. It goes in this cupboard here on the right, or a stackable unit, and it gets it out of the bedroom. So that gives you a much bigger front closet, which is really nice. It's all backlit inside here as well. We'll just show you the prep here for the washer dryer. Little shot of that light. So real nice. And then you get a monster pantry as well. So both are the same depth, so it's actually a super deep pantry. It's not just a little shallow one here. But in the top of this cupboard here, you've got all of your, you know, controls for your lights, your hot water heaters, gas and electric, 12-gallon, awning switch, slide switches, your converters in here with your 12-volt fuses and breaker panel, your pre-wire for your remote start for your generator as well is in here also. So just a lot of good things. They've really thought about the layout of this particular trailer and have done a phenomenal job with it. So another neat thing, the dinette on the Solitude is legless. It's mounted to the wall. And it makes it really nice, you know, if you've got 4 people sitting around here. One of the pains with a lot of tables that have that center leg is you're always banging your knees and hooking your feet on the bottom of that leg that's mounted to the floor. Now this, it's mounted to the wall. It's very solid. Like I'm pushing down on this hard, and there's not a lot of deflection in it, which is nice. And those fasteners actually that mount that table to the wall go into a sheet of steel, so you don't have to worry about you know, that table coming loose on you, which is good. And 2 of these chairs actually, like this one right here, you can actually fold that up, stick it under the bed up front. There's 2 of them, so if it's just 2 of you traveling and you want a little more table space and a little more chair space around that table, you can whittle it down to having just 2 chairs there, which is nice. We option in from a winter package. We do the thermal insulated dual pane windows, which have that argon gas in between the 2 panes, so keeps it cooler in the hotter weather, but also warmer when it's a little cooler out as well. Grand Design industry leading R values. So top down, you've got your roof, your front cap at an R40. Because this is an 8.5 foot wide trailer, they can go to a 2.25 inch sidewall. So it's a thicker sidewall, it's stronger with that double Luan backer, gives you an R11 in your sidewall. And then you get to an R24 on your slide floor, but your main floor, R45. And one of the things I didn't point out in this particular model here is that we option in all of the tank heaters as well. So you got fresh gray black. So you've got 12-volt heat blankets on each of your tanks down below, which are thermostatically controlled. But also when your furnace is running, which is 35,000 BTUs, paired with your 5,000 BTU fireplace, you've got 40,000 BTU of heating capability. You've got the 2 ways to heat your tanks, furnace and heat blankets, which is really nice, which is good for traveling. You may not want to run your furnace going down the highway, but you may want to just have those heat blankets on. So rain sensor max fan in your kitchen area. If that lid is open, that rain sensor gets wet, the lid automatically closes, and the remote for it is right here on the wall. So again, I'm talking lots, I'm a little bit out of breath, but one of the things they came out with this last year, no carpet on the upper deck. Only where they have to put it, but where you're walking, it's all linoleum. So without heat ducts in the floor, you don't necessarily have to worry about when you're sweeping out the trailer, the dirt and grime going down into your heat ducts, but much easier to keep your upper deck nice and clean. Pocket door for your bathroom. I absolutely love that feature. Above your toilet here, they give you a really big cabinet above the pantry in the living area. So this is a great spot to stack your towels up out of the way, extra toilet paper, toilet chemical, all the stuff you want to have in your bathroom. They've gone to the new Encore one-piece fiberglass shower surround. What's really neat about this, folks, is the main floor of the shower actually sits a little bit lower than the main floor of the bathroom. So if you're like 6'6", 6'7", you're gonna have tons of headroom in this particular trailer. And they've got shelves all around, upgraded faucet. Here, all adjustable in your shower. Sorry, it's getting a bit fuzzy here on the clarity. And then a seat down below and the glass sliding doors. So they've gone to a deeper sink, a bigger sink this year. You actually are able to get your face in it, which is nice. Beautiful bathroom. Great big vanity here as well for all the personal effects. So I'm gonna zip over here into the bedroom. Coming in, so this is opposing slides in your master bedroom area. So you've got a chest of drawers here that are on an actual slide out. What's neat is you've actually got the jewelry tray here that flips up. You can tuck all your, jewelry, watches, rings, necklaces out of the way. Does come with the LED television, pull down MCD roller shades. They give you a real nice blackout feature. Those are great big deep drawers. I love this cabinet here on the right side. This is what the 384 did not have. So you've got tons and tons. Like if you're heading south for the winter, want to be a snowbird, do some significant travel, like look at that storage. It's unbelievable. So all lumber core cabinetry, solid wood raised panel doors. We option in the king size bed in this particular model. So it got the triple windows all the way around, but this is where, you know, again, look underneath the beds, all plywood platform. The cap finish that they put on here, they finish it all off real nice. There's another jewelry tray. They've actually done this storage solution here since the Solitude's inception, which is cool. You got a his and her laundry hamper, little drawer here that you can pull out and sit on, spot for extra laundry. So they're really thinking that Grand Design. Another neat thing with Grand Design, I don't talk about this in all the videos because there's so much information to share, but this ties in with the quality of the product. You've actually got every brand that Grand Design builds is built on its own assembly line. So Solitude has its own line, Momentum, Imagine, every single brand has its own line, and you can create a lot of quality efficiencies with the product when you build one brand on the line. And when you have the assembly line workers building the same product day in, day out, they just get better at it, more efficient at it. A lot of manufacturers will build 2, 3, sometimes 4 different brands on one assembly line. And when you do that, it can create a lot of QC issues. We've seen it, we've carried that product, and that's where Grand Design shines, is just a lot of their efficiencies that they weed out at the manufacturing level before they ship it to the dealer. Again, every trailer is PDI'd before it leaves a facility. Every single trailer goes through like a 250-point inspection. I'm shooting the bedroom AC, so you've got dual 15,000 BTU air conditioners in this. They use the Coleman Mach system. Both air compressors are Coleman Machs. The main AC, we option in the heat pump on it, so it will blow heat when you're hooked up to 50 amp service. And it's the racetrack system, so every piece of ductwork is connected, very smooth lines, easy turning. So when you pair that ductwork, that racetrack system, the Stealth AC system, a little fuzzy there. Come back. There we go. When you pair that that racetrack system with the Coleman Mach air conditioners, super efficient, not to mention with the industry-leading R values like I mentioned earlier. So you have one of the most efficient air conditioning systems on the market. It's extremely quiet, and they're just doing all the right things there at Grand Design. So again, Clayton Phillips from Woody's RV World Leduc, showing off the all-new 385GK by Grand Design, the Solitude, the flagship brand from Grand Design. Come check us out. We'd love to show you this brand new trailer and give you a tour, show you what we're all about here at Woody's RV Leduc. We've done a lot of things to really make sure your purchase experience is exceptional, and to weed out a lot of the concerns that people have had at maybe visiting other dealers or who have bought RVs before, those types of things. So we're not perfect, we're trying our hardest, and we're all RVers here too. So we know what it takes to create that great experience and deliver you a fantastic product in Grand Design. So again, Clayton Phillips, Woody's RV World Leduc, 780-986-1234 is our phone number, 8012 Sparrow Crescent, Leduc, Alberta. We're just south of Edmonton, maybe 15 minutes here in Alberta. Come down, check out our little boutique store. Love to show you around. Thanks for your time. Take care.